Welcome everyone to another episode of Knights of Eveningstar. Brilliantly timed. Oh, it's almost like I should be used to it after my 7 years of dungeon mastering for streams and recordings and people online. I should be expecting that just before and we're recording, somebody will do something. Hello, welcome everyone to Knights of Eveningstar. I'm your dungeon master, Mark SherlockHulmes. I am joined by, as always, my wonderful cast of brilliant players. We've got Anna Prosser, we've got Mica Burton, we've got Nate Sharp, and we've got Jonathan Indovino, aka ShadyPenguinn. I didn't do it last week because it was we were like, let's go, we got to cram some game in. But this week you get the classic. Hello, how's everyone doing?
Good, doing good.
Anna's off already. Just scared her off.
I understand. How are you doing?
Bye.
Nope, I'm not today.
I'm sick of that question.
Yeah,
ask me why I'm doing, that's not how it goes, right? No, that's not how it goes. Sorry.
That's not how it goes.
No one asked me why I'm doing.
Shady, why are you doing?
I love D&D and my friends, so that's why I'm doing.
That's it. That's why we're all doing.
That was really wholesome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna need you to dial back the wholesomeness a little bit.
Okay, fine. I hate you, Nate. Sorry, I wanted to bring someone else up.
I knew it. It was too good to be true.
It was always too good to be true. Such sweet boys, such wholesome love. How can it be so pure? It can't. That's the lie. Welcome. We are going to be jumping back into Eveningstar today. We've got a couple of things going on. This is the final season. It's the final season of Knights of Eveningstar. Part 1, part 2, and then the next part will be one episode that comes out 6 months later. And it's just 6 hours long. It's 6 hours long. Yep, absolutely. Anyway, not
like you're hardcore stalling right now.
I am stalling till Anna gets back. Yeah, I'm like, whoa, we got Knights of Eveningstar. What's been happening? It's the final season. We'll do a recap once Anna is back. But yeah,
what even is an Eveningstar anyway? Let's get into that.
What is an Eveningstar? Yeah, that's a great question. It is the thing that the elves in Lord of the Rings that was an actual
star.
That's the Eveningstar. That's right. That's not
close
the Eveningstar.
though.
It's Eveningstar. Damn.
It just clicked with me recently that the word evening is because it's like the evening of the day, of the night of the it's even because it's at like 6 p.m.
Oh,
I think it has to do with sun, but it is the light evening.
like cutting the time in half.
Yeah.
It
has to do with the sun. I don't know what you want from me.
Nighttime has to do with the sun. That really got me.
What?
That really got me, Nate.
It kind of does, though.
It does. He's not wrong. I didn't say he was wrong.
You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
Okay.
Grow up, bro.
Grow up, bro. Grow up, bro. She came down in a bubble. Anyway, right. I don't know if Anna's coming back, so I'm just going to crack on with the episode. We're going to do the recap, and then we're going to jump back into it. All right?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Last time on Knights of Eveningstar, our party had assaulted the hideout of a group of cultists and saboteurs working for the Green Dragon Shadowbriar, this enemy that has been working in the shadows behind the scenes, the puppet master pulling the strings of the party and many of their endeavors. And they took this fight to a bunch of their cultists, storming the base, gathering up intelligence, trying to capture prisoners, and eventually they came head to head with somebody called Lord Myron, who then revealed themselves to actually be a black dragon in disguise. A battle was fought, quite an epic climactic battle, except for poor Clyve, who did have to spend most of the time with very bad roles, acting as a big spring, like in Sonic the Hedgehog for everyone else. But the battle was successful. You defeated the Black Dragon, and you also captured a rogue war mage that was working with them called Clavicus, which was definitely not a name I made up on the spot. And I sort of regret it now. But that is where we finished off the last episode. And we're going to be jumping in with our new episode with all of y'all making your way back to Eveningstar. And in fact, arriving, we're just going to skip ahead and we're just going to have you guys arrive at Eveningstar.
So do we just bind and gag this clavicus feller?
Yeah, my assumption would be that you knock them out in combat, because the way we ended things, they had tried to get away invisibly. Tarkhal had spotted them. Tarkhal took them down, and then between Azara, Clyve, Agnis, and everybody else, I was just like, I don't need to play out this combat anymore. You guys knock this poor, pathetic mage unconscious, and capture them in some way. So I imagine that they were carted back to Alyssa and your force unconscious, and then Alyssa probably would have had, they definitely would have brought means to secure prisoners, manacles, gags, that sort of thing, to kind of gather up some of the agents. There was a couple of others, like there was one agent who tried to flee, but there's also been a number of prisoners that have been captured as well, from their just general soldiers and their, the minor cultists that were fighting up above. And yeah, so you guys have captured them. And to spare us the long, arduous travel back to Eveningstar, hello, welcome back. We are just going to jump straight in with you guys arriving, having taken the western sort of mountain path and then traveling the high road back into Eveningstar. You approach from the west, and you see, which to your characters will be familiar by now, but perhaps to you guys and to the audience will be a new sight, is the upgraded, the improved Eveningstar. With a year that has passed and the vast riches that you recovered in the last season, Eveningstar has grown exponentially. We now see that there is a dramatic stone wall that completely encompasses the town. It is now basically a large town rather than a village that it was before. The wall kind of stretches around, a fully fortified, defensible wall. The town now stretches across the Starwatch River, and both sides, and the bridge, the one that famously Agnis burnt down at the very beginning of the campaign, is now this main bridge that goes through both halves of the town. There is also a smaller bridge which has been built further north, near the quarry and the stoneworks, which carries over into the next section as well. We see the keep has been moved, where it was at like about sort of half a day's ride away from the town, or several hours ride away from the town. That has now been drawn in using a bit of magic and some architecture and labor. The keep has now been placed in the eastern half of the town, behind the walls. The keep has its own walls. It has a barracks attached to it, and is now basically the seat. The keep as well has also been upgraded. It's now larger. It has more rooms. It is more refurbished, and is just generally a sign of Eveningstar's power. There's also a number of other things. Azara's tower floats, literally hovering above the town. We see this beautiful white gold elven spire that just seems to, with a sort of rocky base, just hovers in place, having been brought here by Azara's magic, which maybe we will find out what happened there in a flashback episode in the future. And the landscape around the town has also changed slightly. It has become much more vibrant and lush with plant life, trees, and thickets. Farmland has been tilled to the north, and there are a large number of orchards. Orchards are quickly becoming the sort of main farming prospect of the town. So you actually have this quite forested region now. And that is mixture because of Agnes's druidic magic, Hulda's alchemical formula, which have been used by the farmers and things like that, but also Willow Song's presence as a green dragon has enriched the land and made it more vibrant and growing quickly, which means that it has become a very verdant part of Cornwall. Very verdant town, sort of a village, sort of a town surrounded by natural beauty. There are several other buildings and things, but we'll kind of go through those as you guys make your way in. But yeah, you arrive at the town. There is cheers and cries from the citizens as Alyssa leads her military force. The scouts, the previous woods folk who had come from Tarkhal's old home under the instruction of his father, are all making their way back as well. And you see them going and meeting newcomers to Eveningstar, people that have only joined the town in the last year or so. Mostly they are folk from the King's Wood who have been displaced by Davian's actions and the Civil War, and they've been welcomed into Eveningstar along with Tarkhal's father, who is now a resident as well. You can see that there are a number of different shops. There are a few new shops around. Specifically, you travel down the main street, which has been named Crownsilver Lane. and it is dedicated to various businesses and merchants, where high-end jewelry artisans are found next to low-cost general supplies, travel and clothes stores, and next to luxury leather workers, kind of building on Agnes's dream that nobles and peasant folk are and merchants are kind of all treated equally. Crownsilver Lane does not, everybody is on the same street together to sell their business. So you have these like really high-end stores next to more sort of like local kind of low-cost stores as well. And it's again something which Eveningstar has become quite known for, that you can go there and find all sorts of things depending on your budgets. There's a couple of new buildings as well. There seems to be a strange tinker's shop which has been set up. Building sort of, you can hear clockwork gizmos and the clattering of cogs and anvils and things like that coming from it. And it is called Berrybell's Brilliant Bazaar. And you can check that out later if you wish. There is also a very large building called the Glade. This picturesque building is decorated with carved wooden beams to resemble trees and decorated with leaf-shaped tiles for the roof and green glass windows. It is the first ever dedicated Stowling alley in Cormier.
Let's go!
You know those like
The
themed
Glade
bowling alleys where it's just like laser bowling or space bowling? This one is like a nature druidic themed Stowling alley.
That's so
built
cute.
around the woods and the forests. It has 7 dedicated Stowling lanes for fun and games, with a bar for food and drink and an indoor play area for the kids as well.
No.
It has
Like
been
a
listed
McDonald's
as
play place.
yeah, basically, yeah, like a sort of like maybe like an indoor jungle gym, like a wooden jungle gym kind of thing, play space. The Glade has been listed as the must-try activity in the Cormyrean Herald this year. So it also has become quite a popular tourist spot. And then all the other buildings that you are familiar with. The Tressum King, your tavern, Sweet Deli Bakery, which has grown massively in popularity, run by Aaron Baker's mother, Susan. It's become more of a cafe now, is the Sweet Deli Cafe. And it basically tailors to many of the sort of, it deals with fine dining as well as sweet treats. It's become a place of fine dining. Donk Smithy has been upgraded. Donk now has a couple of apprentices. Donk Wobble, your Kenku blacksmith, has got an upgrade. And it's got a few little assistants to help them as well. And then Hulda, the fur bulk that Tarkhal, I think, had brought into the town to set up a little alchemy shop. Whilst they still live outside the town, they don't really like the civilization. They have set up a brewery, an alchemy shop in town. And they've brought in a goblin woman called Kikal, who they found as homeless in the streets in Arabelle, and have brought them in to run the shop. And given them a home and stuff like that. So very nice. And then also, finally, last thing, I promise I'll stop talking in a minute. To the very north of the town, outside the city walls, there was once a sort of pond that the locals used to go and visit. That pond has massively grown and expanded. The pond has increased in size, but also it has been, completely overgrown with woodland and plant life, to the point where a thicket, lines of thicket-like walls formed almost a natural hedge maze that leads to the pond. Locals can navigate it without problem, and many children go to the pond to play. And the locals have started calling it Willow's Pond. That's the name of it.
I have mixed feelings about that one, Mark. A little mixed feelings, but
That's interesting.
they're the kids. It's fine.
That's just what they call it, because there are numerous willow trees that have sprouted around the pond.
Just by happenstance,
So,
just by happenstance.
Mark, I have a very important question.
Absolutely.
Donk's apprentices, are they also all Kenku?
I am happy to leave that answer to you, my players. Would you like them to all be Kenku? Would you like them to be a mix?
What about if one is not Kenku?
The poor
just one.
Like...
Yeah.
So how many apprentices are we talking here? Like 4 other Kenku and then
two apprentices, two other apprentices, I think.
So just be 1 and 1. Okay.
Actually, I said a few, so I could go up to 3. I would have said a couple.
I like 2 Kenku, 1 just like human.
If there's 3, then let there be 1.
Sure. So 2 other Kenku, which we will call Dink and what's another good like and noise?
Dink, Dank, and Donk.
Dank, Donk.
Dink, Dank, Donk. That's it. Locked. They're actually the Donk's brother and sister that they've brought in. There you go. So Donk's brother and sister they've brought in as apprentices. And then there is just the human Steve. And
Steve!
works
Dink,
with
dink,
them.
donk, and Steve!
Dink, Dink, Donk, and Steve. And they all work in the smithy together. Much to Steve's chagrin. But he's very skilled, and he's learning a lot. Donk is an expert blacksmith, and so he's not going to pass up the chance. And yeah, so you guys return. My first question is, what do you want to do with your prisoner, Glavicus?
Question.
Yes.
Would Azara have access to? I mean, I know that Meladonis. Is he also part of the mages? Like
no, Meladonis actually isn't. He is actually a mage from the Sword Coast. He came here to work as a private, like a mercenary wizard for Lady Greywinter, and that's how you met him. He's not a war wizard.
Knowing that, she's gonna send one, because she has a sending stone to just talk to him. She's gonna send one message to Meladonis saying that she has an interrogation mission for him. Keep it on the down low. And then she's gonna send another message to Duchess Marlier. Is that her name? Is that
yes, the lady of who runs Arabelle, basically.
That there is a rogue dragon or purple knight dragon mage that we can garner information from.
Yep.
Just to keep her.
Should we also consult our spy master? Should they be involved? I think.
Spy mistress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like they would have an advantage on interrogation.
For sure.
Well, I would probably imagine that as you return to Eveningstar and there's these big crowds kind of cheering, you've kind of got the mages all locked up, and you're probably going to take the safest, securest place for them is in your keep. You have dungeons beneath your keep that you can keep the mage in. On the way, sort of waiting. Since you've found out about her demeanor, there's something always a little bit sinister, but you just see Willow Song just stood at the edge of like this big crowd in these long flowing green robes with her straight dark hair, just sort of watching, and just sort of waiting for you all to come back. And doesn't say anything, doesn't want to approach, kind of stays at arm's length, but is waiting, almost like she wanted to see what happened to you all. If you guys make your way back to the keep, it isn't long. She just follows in behind, again, kind of staying at arm's length, but following as best she can. And your Blade Captain Alyssa, Knight Commander Alyssa, I should say, having been promoted now with Eveningstar's increased growth, dispenses the troops off, makes sure that those who went on the mission get their R&R, gets a fresh bunch of troops to come in and help take over the prisoner transfer, and they escort Glavicus down into the dungeons. They've taken away Glavicus's mage tool, so he doesn't have anything that can allow him to cast spells, and they've also bound his wrists and gagged him as well. So they have tried to take what precautions they know of to prevent him causing any trouble.
Nice.
So
before they take him in, I would cast detect magic on him to make sure he doesn't have any cursed items.
Smart.
Yeah, it's a good shout, actually. You don't detect any sort of magical items on him. There was probably, like, just after the battle, if you'd cast detect magic, like, maybe just after the fight finished, there would have been the residual elements of a mage armor spell, but nothing else. Didn't seem to be carrying anything. Did have 2 empty vials, but they were drained of whatever liquid they were carrying.
Can I sense what kind of liquid?
Oh, they were healing potions.
Oh, okay.
They were most certainly healing potions.
Gotcha.
Likely used on Myafang when they were heavily injured, when you guys were sort of out of sight of them and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, they were healing potions, but sadly both used.
All right. That's all I have.
I think that would Willow Song would have just been watching from a distance, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. She's just kind of staying a distance, like. Definitely, just watching.
Okay.
Waiting and watching.
Yeah, I think I would personally be fine with us just throwing him in the cell and then getting a little bit of normalcy for a second before we start, because he's knocked out, right? Let's let him. I'm assuming, he's
he's not knocked out at the moment. Like, you knocked him out initially. He's like been taken prisoner. He's gagged. He's bound. Clavicus, this very worm tongue looking tiefling, like the stringy black hair, the horns, like robes looking a little bit disheveled, like, you are not welcome here, Gandalf Stormcrow, that kind of like. But yeah, they are taken in, and like the guards are going to watch them, like, the guards have like probably spent enough time with Azara that they know to like watch out for like spell casting and things like that. So unless this guy has any particular tricks that are unique, they're pretty confident that they can keep an eye on him, and he doesn't look like he's in any sort of condition to be making a breakout for it. He's still pretty injured and beaten up from the fight. So,
all right, cool. Yeah, I would put my vote in then for just heading into town and checking on Eveningstar since we've been gone for a bit.
Well, actually, Mica, you sent a sending spell to Meredonas, right? Meredonas.
Yeah, I told him like, hey.
Yeah.
We're gonna interrogate this dude, and I don't wanna.
You actually get a response pretty quickly, which is, Lady Azara, I am pleased to say that I am already in Eveningstar, and I hoped to make your acquaintance and the others this evening, if I may.
I'll send a message back saying, why don't we all adjourn to, what was it, the Glade?
Yes. The Glade is the Stowling alley, right. Yes.
To the Glade this evening for a round of Stowling and drinks on Eveningstar.
My Lady Azara, you have read my mind. That is precisely why I have come to Eveningstar, and I wished to invite you and the others for a round of this Stowling I have heard much about.
I will inform the rest of the crew that Meladonis is in town, would like to stole.
Yes!
Literally, in my notes, Meladonis wants to go Stowling.
That is amazing!
All right, so if you're going to do that this evening, you do have some time to kill today. So you probably arrive back early afternoon, say. So you've got a good few hours. If there's any business you want to do, if there's anybody in the town you want to go and see, if you want to, anything you want to do. And that could be nothing. You could just be like, yeah, we'll just do whatever, and then we'll just jump straight to Stowling with Meredonas. We can absolutely do that. Agnes.
I'm not positive if we have gone back and explained Stowling to this season's audience yet. Would it be a good idea to explain the game?
I think we save that for when you play.
Okay.
And then we'll introduce it properly with that. So
and where it came from and stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think it doesn't have to be completely explained, but if we could just put it on the back burner, Azara would want to have Sarah Lee kind of, it's not even doing research, but maybe reach out to diplomats that we have a good relationship with and find out just how many of the war mages have defected, how many she should expect to encounter, such and such.
Absolutely. Oh, I think as part of that conversation, maybe Willowsong would probably approach you, like, as part of this. Maybe reaching out to you and maybe Agnis. She's definitely avoiding Tarkhal. Like, that is really obvious. Since Tarkhal came back from whatever mission he went on in our flashback, which we don't know what happened yet. There's definitely been distance. Why? No, we don't know. I don't think me and Shady know yet, but we'll find out. But definitely their business. So so I think Agnis and Azara, Willowsong actually approaches you, and she's just like, Lady Agnis, Magister Azara, your mission, was it successful? Did you recover intelligence from the Thorn's headquarters?
We're in the process of recovering that information. We do have a prisoner.
Were there documentations or letters, any sort of physical notes
you
were able to recover as well?
We found papers.
Oh yeah, we required two pieces of evidence, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
If you could give them to me, I will begin to decode them, and I think that will be useful in discovering how many other agents may be involved. Perhaps if what Magister Azara has told me, this war mage, this Clavicus, is a member of the war mages, there may be others that we will need to track down. That would fall within my remit.
I'm taking 1 evidence out of my backpack and handing it to her.
She'll take it. Is this all?
I would have assumed, having seen Willowsong coming over to us and knowing that there's some tension, I think it was Tarkhal who had the other piece of evidence, so I would have probably asked him for it so he didn't have to interact with her.
I think I had 2.
Oh, yeah, just kidding. We had 3 pieces total. So I will hand over the other 2 pieces.
Thank you, Magister. I will begin working at this and decoding. And also, if you wish to have me speak with our prisoner, please just send the word.
We will have one of our allies join us tonight, if you don't mind waiting until then. I think both of your talents combined will be necessary.
Would this be the Dragonborn Meladonis?
Yes. I'm assuming you have made his acquaintance.
I have. And she looks at Agnes when she says this next part, and it's weird. Willow Song's been so much more human since she came back. Like the sort of draconic arrogance has definitely bled away. And she looks at Agnes and says, "He has invited me this evening, but I am aware that Lord Tarkhal will be there. I am happy to, if you could make some acceptable excuse to Meladonis why I cannot be present, I would be grateful."
All right.
Thank you. I will begin work on this. And she just takes the notes and she leaves.
I feel kind of bad for her, Azara.
I mean, she did betray us. She fixed it, but she was planning to betray us. I mean, she's working for us now. You didn't like her anyway, did you?
No, but now she looks all pitiful and she's trying not to be around Tarkhal, and she's, you know, you can't judge people by what they did, only by what they are trying to do, you know.
I'm sure if she buys him a nice Stowling ball and a bundle of flowers, he'll forgive her. Isn't that how this works?
Yeah, but also I think it's fine if they don't get back together. Like, that's totally fine with me. But if she's going to stay in our employ, I don't want her to be so unhappy.
I see. Should we stage an intervention? Is that too harsh? Would you just like to talk to your brother? I can... And Azara kind of like swallows some bile, and she's like, I can be kind and talk to Willow Song.
I guess it would just... Well, let's just let it sit for a while and keep it in mind.
You know?
Clyve, did you have something? I saw you kind of little hand.
Yes.
Yes,
I
please.
want, if I can, before Stowling commences,
yes,
I would like to call for a meeting.
With everyone?
Yes.
When everyone gets this call, they're like, Clyve? Clyve called a meeting?
Like, Clyve?
So I imagine that would be, you would kind of get the message out like using Baragon and probably Aaron, like to like go and let people know that you want to have a chat with them. Like, who exactly do you want in this meeting, Clyve?
I want I don't have my notes anymore. The file got deleted, but
that's fine. You can just
my fellow Pride members.
Yep, Baragon and Erez. Yep.
And my party members.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Easily done. So probably Tarkhal, young Aaron comes over and it's just like, "Oh, Mr. Tarkhal, sir. Sorry. Mr. Clyve wants to have a meeting before your Stowling."
A meeting?
He said the word meeting. I guess the keep. I guess he didn't really say, but that's where I sort of met him. I guess.
Okay. Just head off to the keep. And Aaron, are you coming tonight to Stowling?
What? I haven't been invited, sir. I could.
Oh, you have to come. There's gonna be a bunch of us going. You have to come stow with us.
That'd be brilliant. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tarkhal, Lord Tarkhal. Thank you very much. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh man. Yeah, I'll get my. Yeah. I'm gonna go home right now. No, I've got to go and deliver the news to the stonework. I'll soon. I'll be there in a minute. And it's just already like running.
Aaron, it's fine. Yes.
He's like doing that thing where he's like, I do this, and I'll see you tonight. But he's like already like running. And then the Agnes and Azara are probably approached by Erez, who's just this female Leonin who's just like, yes, Magister lady, my Pride Master would like to meet with you this before your Stowling event. I don't know what that is. That's that game that people play in that wooden jungle place, I think.
Your Pride Clyve called a meeting?
Yes.
Like a meeting, not a fight club.
No, we understand. Like, we have meetings.
But
we have gatherings.
You may, but Clyve.
I don't think Clyve has ever even known he was in a meeting before.
Perhaps not one of your boring human meetings, perhaps, but Leonin meetings.
So this is Fight Club.
Oh, it's a Leonin meeting. Okay, well, let me go grab some extra armor, and then I'll be over there.
Yeah, I'm
Very
going
well.
to. And Azara's like casting
That makes
mage
you
armor
feel
on
safe,
herself.
I suppose. Yeah. Eris just is like, yeah, sure, I guess. But yeah, all right. So you get this meeting, Clyve. I guess take it away. I'm excited. I don't know what this is, so.
You walk in. He's like very contemplatively staring out of a window, hands behind his back, and says,
looking very regal.
"You're probably wondering. Well, no, it's obvious why I've brought you in here. Never in all my years as a wild man had I suffered such a colossal embarrassment as I did against this most recent outing that we've had.
No, it was fine.
I want this. This is not the standards that the leader of the Den of War would upkeep. And I want to formally apologize." And he takes off his champion belt and unsheaths Evanscorn and places them on a table. Says, "As appropriate, I'll be putting in my resignation."
Oh, no, Clyve.
No.
Clyve, no. Everyone has bad days.
One of the most important encounters that I've had the chance to shine in with the lot of you. And a coward in fear, like a scared little cat.
Like a cowardly lion.
Clyve, that fear is not your fear. That's magic.
Regardless, I'll let you down.
No, you actually lifted us up multiple times. See, that's the thing.
Clyve.
It was very important that you were where you were. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get the hits on that dragon.
A wild man's more than a doormat. We are made more
springboard.
Well, I'm not familiar with that.
I think that this is being blown wildly out of proportion. You have been such an asset to our group, and we would not want to lose you over an off day. We all had them. Agnis, you've had off days. I've had off days. Tarkhal, please tell him.
I've had off days all the time. Today, I'm off right now.
Here's the thing. Sure, an egregious embarrassment, but if one suffers an embarrassment, one need only prove themselves in battle once again in order to make good on that embarrassment. So I propose you and Tarkhal duel, and you can
What?
You can prove yourself against Tarkhal as a valuable warrior that you are.
I think, Agnis, that's a brilliant idea. As a very prolific scholar, I'm forgetting his name, once said, "I get knocked down, but I get up again." And
Right.
I feel like what you need to do now is just get up again, Clyve.
Well, I'm not familiar all too much with this realm's customs, but if the powers that be deem this an appropriate action, then a fight to the death it is.
Not to the death.
I mean,
we do need
Agnis,
Tarkhal.
what were you thinking?
Maybe just a fight to exhaustion. Whoever
To
gets tired.
yield.
To yield. A fight to yield.
Well, where I come from, an off day usually results in death, so I should consider this a blessing then. So a fight to the yield it is, lad.
Oh, all right. If this is what we have to do, I guess.
Right now. That seems to be what we need to do right now.
We don't want to do this like after
No,
Stowling or...
we must resolve this issue post haste.
It will be my honor to prove and restore my honor.
Now,
Don't hold back, Tarkhal.
Now, before
You see, by the way, Baragon is like trying not to cry. Like he's like got his paws over his cheeks, like just such a display of lordly honor. He's just like really like getting it. Erez completely stone faced, just like folds her arms, like a fitting challenge, Pride Leader. Just like totally is like, yeah, you've embarrassed yourself, Clyve. But if this is the way that you can redeem it, she's like on board. But Baragon is just like, oh, God, my lord. It's just like fully into it.
I pat him on the shoulder.
If this is, I mean, you guys can just roll
now,
initiative,
hold on, Clyve. Listen, if we do this, if you win, if you get me exhausted, you will stay with us. Yes. But if I win,
this is not my rules to determine. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
That is the traditional rules, Tarkhal.
Okay, hold on. But if you win, if you feel like you have redeemed yourself, then you should obviously stay with us. But if I win, I get to decide your fate.
I see no issue with this. Power is in your hands, sir.
I put epilogue and Kiss of Silver sheathed, and I'm like, just hands. Because you technically put your weapon down on the table, right? So you're weaponless right now. Okay.
Yeah.
You could also the keep does have blunted blades and like weapons for practicing. So you could each take like a martial weapon of your choice or a weapon of your choice that is a blunted version. So Tarkhal could have like a blunted short sword, Clyve could have like a blunted club or a sword or an axe or something as well. And then that way you don't have to fiddle around with like unarmed damage and doing your stats and stuff like that if you want to.
Thanks for being a benevolent DM and allowing us to completely hijack this episode, Mark.
Oh, what do you mean hijack it? It's your game. Like this is the episode. So, but yeah, it just might mean we do another episode of other things. But it's fine. But yeah, so yeah, unless you guys want to do this is like fist fight out in the square kind of thing, which is also rad. I think it's cool. But if you want blunted weapons could be made available. But Clyve, I don't think would know that. That would be up to Tarkhal and Agnis and Azara, basically.
If we walk out to the schoolyard and there's blunted weapons on racks and Clyve sees them, what does Clyve do? Does he grab one? Like if we're just like, I feel like we're walking outside and
this would be in the keeps, like this would be like inside the keeps, like the parade grounds. Like this is where generally like training and stuff takes place. So and there's a bit of a crowd. Like Alyssa is coordinating like the changing over of the guards and things like that, and Alyssa's kind of like looking and like raises her eyebrow as she sees you guys walking out. I
think Clyve would just kind of follow Tarkhal's lead on this. It's kind of
sure.
Okay. I love the idea of going fist to fist with Leonin, so I would love to do that. Yeah.
All right, so just like squares up, like Tarkhal balls his fists.
Tarkhal's fighting stance is very anime because he's very like this, like he's got his knuckles up. Yeah.
Like so, the idol screen, like
he's like
right. Because this is going to be to yield. Why don't you guys give yourselves temporary hit points equal to your max HP, right?
Okay.
So that way it's not going to get your actual hit points, because I don't want like something to happen and then you guys get killed because of this. So because this is going to be to yield, we'll have it that basically like, this is like stamina and exhaustion, right? So we'll use temporary, and when you run out of temporary hit points, you're too tired to continue fighting.
And you don't yield before then, huh?
You can, you could yield, but like I would say that like, again, mechanically as well, I don't want you guys losing actual hit points to this.
I also think that Clyve would know if someone was yielding on purpose.
Well,
all right, Agnis, what's going on? Why do you want Tarkhal to get beat up so bad?
How about this? Rather than giving yourself your max hit points in temporary hit points, each of you take 60 temp HP. All right,
and
we'll do 60 temp HP because it'll be a bit quicker as well. But if you if you get knocked prone, or if you get any of these other things, you can try and fake Tarkhal that if you wanted to, you could try and fake that you're out of it. But
not like he would, but
I wouldn't. I have 133 HP. That's the only reason why I was asking. I was like, this is gonna be a long time for unarmed.
And then Clive's got like 180 something. He's got crazy amounts.
Oh my gosh.
We'll do 60 temp HP. Whoever loses that temp HP first, there will be a thing. I'll maybe make you do a check or something like that to see if you can keep fighting.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Mica. Now when Mark says you get knocked prone, I hear I get knocked prone, but I guess again.
But it's the famous dwarven bard, Big Boy Slim. Right. I'm just going to do a very rough manual. We're not going to use. I'm not going to use the wonders of D&D Beyond. It's never been easier. I'll just do a classic. Do this old school. So you guys get out into the field. Roll initiative, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
We'll have you guys start at an equal 30 feet apart, and then we'll just go. This is just running at each other. Naruto! Sasuke!
Tarkhal!
Clyve! I rolled a 9.
All right, Tarkhal 9, 5,
10.
All right,
Amazing.
Clyve's up first, and
I think
yeah,
before
we'll just
this
treat
starts,
this as. Oh, go
Azara
on.
is using minor illusion to kind of make some minor fireworks happen to draw the attention of the crowd to make sure that this is a hype
Yeah,
fight.
like the soldiers are definitely going to come and watch this without a doubt.
Yeah.
The public probably won't be able to get inside to see it, but the soldiers will definitely watch.
Agnes is just Snow White gift clapping.
Yeah.
This is a nice, post-battle entertainment for the soldiers to get their morale up.
Sure. Clyve, take it away.
All right, I guess I'll like start running at him and be like, don't hold back, Lade. And I will, I guess, unarmed strike.
Yeah. Are you using claws or are you using actual like punches and fists and stuff? I'm
gonna start with punch.
Okay, yeah. So it'll just be 1 plus your strength modifier is the damage for an unarmed strike. And you would technically have I think you can just make this as a normal attack, no disadvantage.
Yeah.
Just make it as a normal
Okay.
attack.
So that would be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit a little bit.
All right, and that's 7 bludgeoning.
I uncanny
raging,
dodge.
right?
Ooh.
Huh?
You're not raging, right, Clyve? You're just normal at the moment. Okay, so Tarkhal uncanny dodge is to half a 7 down to 3. So you swing, the punch goes wide, and Tarkhal just with this unerring speed, it still clips him, but like pulls his head back at the last second. Second attack.
Right, second attack. That is a natural 1.
So you swing and like Tarkhal like dodges to the side and it leaves you momentarily open. I don't normally do this, but because this is kind of like a dramatic fist fight, Tarkhal, your attack's gonna have advantage because Clyve has like left his like side completely open. Which if you want to, you can strike, but it'd be obvious if you didn't.
Yeah, no, I have
Stowling influencer boxing.
I'm gonna go for it. That's 17 to hit, and then a 13 plus 8, 21 to hit.
The 21 hits.
Okay, that's my unarmed punch. 4 damage, sure.
Yeah,
4.
and he doesn't get sneak attack because he doesn't get to do sneak attack with unarmed strikes, unfortunately.
I think if there's anything crazy I can do. We're just in the courtyard, right? There's nothing like nearby.
I mean, you tell me. You want something nearby? Like you think of something cool that could be in like a castle courtyard, like discarded equipment or hay bales or like barrels or anything you guys want. You feel free to go crazy and make this as creative and cool as you want, and I'll give you some rules.
I don't think Tarkhal would disengage at this point anyway. He wants to fight.
Yeah, because I'd say right now you're in like the middle of the plaza.
Yeah.
Like anything you did want to get to, there's definitely things nearby. Like there's kind of like the barracks, and there's maybe some like loose stables for your personal mounts and things like that. There's like loose equipment, like cleaning. There's things around, but you would have to move up and engage with them.
Okay. No, I would stay put then.
So you just get one solid like kidney punch in, like Clyve as you get slapped. All right, we go back to Clyve.
Clyve takes a kidney punch, kind of snarls a little bit, and he's gonna take another swing.
Yeah. Don't forget as well, if you want to, like, in place of an attack, like, make an attack this time, Clyve, but if you want to do things like knock them prone, you want to try and grapple them and, like, pin them and, like, do submission holds and stuff, I can tell you what to do on that stuff as well. But if this is just just punching each other.
We just punching. First
punching.
one's 25.
That hits a lot.
All right, so another 7.
Okay, I'm uncanny dodge.
So half a 3.
Second attack. That is a 22.
That'll hit.
All right, another 7.
Okay, that one I can't uncanny dodge, so that's cool.
So now you're starting to feel Clyve's full power as like these powerful lean-in muscles. Like the first one, like again, you managed to dodge, but then the second one sucker punches you, Tarkhal. You feel like all the air, blow out of your body, and you have to kind of recover for a second.
Right hook, baby.
Really trying to knock him prone. I think getting hit that hard, Tarkhal would want to like. Clyve is pretty tall, yeah.
Yeah, pretty tall.
Okay, I want to say that Tarkhal would want to try to slide beneath his feet, get behind him, and try to grapple him down to the ground.
Okay, nice. Give me an acrobatics check first, opposed by Tarkhal make an Clyve make an acrobatics. So both of you make acrobatics checks.
My total was 22.
All right.
I'd have to crit. It's
All
a
right.
7.
So, all right, so yeah, you managed to successfully slide under, and Clyve, you reach down, which leaves Clyve open. Take advantage on this would just be a straight up strength check. So Tarkhal,
Okay.
you have advantage. Clyve, this is just a flat roll for you.
Okay.
As you try and grapple at him.
16 on the first roll and 12 on the second roll. So 16.
16.
That would be 15.
All right, so you do actually manage to, like, maybe because you're behind him, you've used like his height and his weight against him. You've got him grappled. Did you want to knock him prone or did you want to grapple him, Tarkhal?
I think I want to grapple him.
All right, so Tarkhal, you are now like one hand wrapped around Clive's neck, your feet kind of like pushing on the small of his back, holding you at bay, sort of like knees pressed against the back of his arms. You have got him grappled, and he's right on your back, Clyve. Tarkhal, end of turn?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Clyve.
So I'm grappled.
Yeah, so I would say that you can move at half speed. Attacks against Tarkhal will have disadvantage, but you can also try and use your action to get free or put him in an advantageous position as a bonus action.
So I still have use of my legs, right?
Yeah. He's currently he's holding onto your, like, kind of pinning your arms, making sure that he's grabbed you, but you can't really swing at him. You're like, ugh.
So my speed is halved. So I would like to, I don't know if this will fly with DM, but basically dash.
Yeah.
So my speed is regular backwards until I hit something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely going to work. Okay, so you watch as for your action, Clyve just starts backpedaling. He like throws himself at a startling speed back, and he's going to slam into one of the pillars that holds up a portion of the barracks. Has like a canopy where there's like a sort of area for like cooking and sitting outside, and it's one of these thick stone and wood pillars, and you slam into it, Tarkhal. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, Tarkhal?
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay,
2 plus
you
18.
manage. So you're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage that you can't uncanny dodge. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, but you keep the grapple. So like you're like you slam into the back of this thing, but then you keep the hold of the grapple basically.
Okay.
Clyve, anything else on your turn? So that was your action and your move. If you wanted to try and do something as a bonus action, like try and grab Tarkhal and pull him off you, or something like that as well, you could try.
I mean, if I can try and get him off me.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you'd be at disadvantage because it's going to be as a bonus action rather than a full action. But yeah, make a strength athletics or a dex acrobatics, and then Tarkhal, you make the same choice, strength or dex acrobatics.
Love me athletics.
Yeah.
So I can use either one, or do I have to match his athletics?
Both of you can use either one. Yeah, for
Okay.
Clyve, he's going to use
Go
strength.
dex.
You can use acrobatics.
Okay. Oh, acrobatics, not dex. Okay, so then it's 17.
Yeah. 17 for Tarkhal.
My athletics was 25.
All right, so you're trying to squirm out the way, like you've just been slammed into it, and then you just feel this meaty leonin paw grab the back of your tunic, and now he's got you, basically. Like, he breaks the grapple, pulling you off of him. You kind of separate for a moment, and you're now sort of like facing off against each other again. Not enough to fully grapple you, but he's pulled you off of him, Clyve.
For thematics, when he pulls me off, can I take my turn and kick him in the jaw?
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
if your action is just to make an unarmed strike, and you're like, as he's pulling you off, you like swing your foot back and try and kick him. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a. Oh no, it's probably not going to hit. Oh, it's embarrassing. 9 plus 8 is 17.
Does not.
You
All
took
right.
your arm. No, you're right. It doesn't hit.
I like to imagine that the foot lands, but like Clyve is just like, it's just like, it does nothing. It's just like, and then you land as you sort of complete the kick, and you spin around, hands up, ready to throw hands. But anything else, Tarkhal, on your turn? Now you're around the barracks, so like there's like a little stone wall. You've got like the thatched roof building which is nearby. You can hear you can see a bunch of like soldiers watching through the windows. There's maybe like a water trough, for grabbing sort of like washing their faces and stuff like that outside.
Okay. No, I don't think there's anything else I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stay standing off against Clyve.
Clyve, back to you.
Before he does anything, he's gonna like size him up a bit. Like, are you holding back, lad?
I can promise you, I'm trying my best here, Clyve.
Do you want to make an insight, Clyve?
Yeah.
Yeah, make an insight. Shady, just roll a deception anyway, and then I'll ask you, depending on Clyve's thing, like, we'll see what you get.
Okay.
My insight is an 11.
All right, what did you get, Shady?
I rolled a 16.
16. Are you telling the truth?
I am telling. I am not holding. Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
In that case, Clyve, you're pretty certain, like, you can see him breathing hard, like he's nursing, like, where you've kind of, like, the chest where you punched him. Like, yeah, Tarkhal, you don't think he's pulling his blows on this one. You think he's actually trying his best to actually hurt you and fight you properly.
No magic, right? That's what that's my response to you when you say you're trying your hardest. No magic, right?
What, to me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh. I mean, I'm... See, like, it is your rules to determine.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, Clyve, what else?
All right.
So we'll say that was a bonus action.
Okay. I'm gonna just run at him. I'm gonna charge and try and knock him prone.
All right, so make an attack roll against Tarkhal, and if this hits, then you will do less damage, but you'll knock him prone as well.
Okay. That is a 28 to hit.
Easy.
All right, so that's going to hit. So if that's going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage, Tarkhal. If you uncanny dodge it, you will also avoid getting knocked prone.
I uncanny dodge.
All right, so you take 1 point of damage, and you go to knock him, and you do kind of catch him, Clyve, but Tarkhal's got this thing where, like, every time you hit him, he has a way of, like, moving with the blow. So rather than, like, trying to, like, lean into it and resist it, he just lets himself, like, get pushed back, and then he, on his half-elven feet, he, like, stumbles and keeps his footing. But, it, like, you can follow up with a set, and he's now, you know, flat-footed. Like, now, if you struck him, he wouldn't be able to do that again.
Flashbacks of not being able to overcome fear of this dragon, and now like every time I'm like trying to deliver these big hits, he's just like kind of ducking and weaving.
Yeah.
That's triggering. That pisses me off, so I'm gonna rage.
And you just watch as this multicolored aura of magic surrounds Clyve. Do you want to roll on your wild surge?
I'm not gonna wild surge. I'm
Just rage.
I'm just gonna go in.
Do you get to make that choice? That's an interesting question.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I'm gonna find that out. Don't worry, I got it. I got you.
Sure.
Do you want to make your other attack, and then I'll find out what happens?
Yeah, I'll do. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. So.
Yeah, sure. And also, if you don't mind, I would like to roll and see what you get. Actually, no, I'll let you roll it. But anyway, make your attack.
Sure. Is this? Let's see.
Just normal attack against Tarkhal.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it recklessly.
Okay, right. So remember, Tarkhal, you have advantage on your next one.
Okay, that is a 19.
That'll hit.
All right, and I want to go for prone again.
All right, yeah. This time, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, but you are knocked prone and you can't avoid it. So, like, you dodge the first one, and then Clyve, just shimmering with his magic, just punches you so hard it sends you reeling on the floor back. Can you? And your wild magic, by the way, Clyve. When you enter a rage, there is not a choice. Like, it triggers. So
okay.
Do that roll for me and tell me what you get.
Sure thing. That is flowers and vines temporarily grow around you until your rage ends. The ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies.
Okay. So right now that is Tarkhal. It will count. So like as you're on the ground, Tarkhal, all these vines and moss and weeds suddenly grow into this thick patch, and like they're wrapping around your wrists, and like you're like trying to pull yourself free and stuff as they completely surround you. All right, Tarkhal.
Okay, I'm gonna use half my movement to wipe my butt off and stand up.
You stand up. To move anywhere in this space is going to cost you double movement anyway, so you can move 5 feet. If you wanted to try and get away, you can't.
Okay.
You will have to be within 5 feet. You will end your movement 5 feet near Clyve anyway.
Yeah, then I will go ahead and just go for a nice punch.
All right, go for it.
I have advantage because of rage. 17 plus 8, 25 on the first, and then 22 on the second. So
yep.
That'll be 4 points.
4 points. With unstable backlash, you can choose this. You can choose to use unstable backlash. So.
I'm not gonna though.
Okay. All right. So Tarkhal, you just swing out, catch Clyve, kind of strike him again. Maybe a little drip of blood out of the big leonine nose, but nothing more severe. Clyve, your turn.
It's punch time.
Reckless.
Sure.
It applies to all of your attacks for this turn. So
Sweet.
So advantage on every single one, but Tarkhal, don't forget you've got advantage on your next attack.
Okay.
Weird. 2 19s, so 28.
Those will hit.
All right. So that's 7.
Plus rage damage, which is what, 3 or 4?
3.
Uncanny
so
dodge.
10.
Does it uncanny dodge 10?
It uncanny dodges 10 down to 5, and then I guess Clyve makes a second attack.
All right. Second swing. How's Tarkhal how's Tarkhal looking?
He's looking pretty bad. He's almost bloodied from these temporary hit points. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna do it again. This time, claws are coming out.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
He sends one. He sends one right hook, and then goes in for a left jab, but the hand just kind of and then goes for it.
Yeah.
That is a 20-something.
That'll hit.
29.
29.
So now it's actually D4 plus your bonus, and then plus your rage as well.
So let's see. I'll just roll it on here. So 7, 8, 9, 10 total.
With rage?
Yep.
All right. So another 10. Can't uncanny dodge it. 10 more points. So at this point, Tarkhal, you're pretty low, right? Like you're getting low on these temp hit points and stuff. Yeah, and that actually catches no blood's drawn, but like you have to like almost, you sprain your ankle or something maybe as you're desperately trying to avoid these like razor sharp claws. And we go to Tarkhal's turn.
Tarkhal looks down at the ground and sees the aura. Because he still has an aura flaring about him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He just takes note of it, and then he goes for a kick this time. He just desperately tries to kick the side.
Roundhouse kick style.
Yeah. That's a
advantage.
3. Yep. So luckily, because that would have been 11, and then that's a 17 plus 8, so 25.
Yep.
So 4 points of damage. Fun.
Do you want one stable, Nate?
No.
Okay.
Still keeping the terrain.
All right. Tarkhal, anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. We go to Clyve.
All right. At
this point, I should say there is a massive crowd. Like with the magic that Azara's been doing, like all of the soldiers, Alyssa has kind of got her arms folded and is watching it. All the keep staff, like Dusk and that, are all just intently watching. As this basically what to them just looks like a fist fight is kicking off between Clyve and Tarkhal.
I think Azara would also be like keeping score in the sky for people who can't quite gather.
She's tracking the sort of amount of stamina they have left by with numbers in the sky. I like it. Sorry, Nate, go ahead.
No, you're good. So more claws coming out. We've got a 26 to hit.
That'll do it.
All right. So then 9, 10, 11, 12 total.
Okay. On that, whether it's intentional or not, I'm not sure, but Hellish Rebuke is used as a reaction.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There is, I think so this time, the claws actually strike Tarkhal and they cut. And they catch like his cheek and like blood is drawn. And when that blood, there is this, in the air, you will hear just the faintest kind of draconic roar as that blood becomes like a almost like green flame that washes out. So what's that? It's a dex save, I think, Tarkhal?
Yeah, dex 17.
Whoa.
Okay. Let's see. Would I see this retaliation?
You see it coming.
Okay.
Yeah. You get your danger sense as long as you're not surprised and stuff. Or it's
18.
That passes. So I think it's half damage.
It's half damage. Yeah.
Let's see if I can roll it.
Still a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
No, it's only 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that already halved, or is that
that is the half. I rolled
that
to
is
2 and a 5.
So 3 points
2d10.
of fire damage that catches you as you strike with the first thing.
Well, in reaction to that reaction, I
Unstable.
This is YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I will react to your reaction.
All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another
Azara
unstable
reacts
backlash.
by casting Counterspell.
All right, so let's see. That is so. In response to this green flame kind of coming at me, I'm sort of thrown back by magic being used, and then a pixie appears.
Oh my god!
Yep.
That's not the end of my turn, so he's gonna chill for a second.
Yeah, so you just get this pixie in Tarkhal's face. Macaulay Culkin just screaming. Meanwhile, Clyve.
Clyve crits with his second attack.
That'll, yeah.
Brutal critical here as well, my guy, because you're using your claws.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that? That's a bunch of extra d4s, I think. So
Please tell me.
So yeah, I'm gonna do it. So you are level 13. So brutal critical, you get 2 extra dice, which means you go up to 3d4. With my crit rules, that gets maxed 4, 8, 12, and now roll 3d4 again.
Okay, so that is 35. So that's 7, 10.
So 22, and then what's your normal modifier for damage?
+6.
So it goes to 28 plus the 3 from raging, 31 points of damage, and then the pixie blows up.
Well, the 31 takes me well below my temporary hit points.
And so this is why I also gave the temporary hit points. So whatever, so you take off until you've got 0 temporary hit points. The rest of it's coming in real damage, Tarkhal. So this will actually hit you for real HP damage.
It's a dex save of, I think it's 15.
Okay.
Including anything left from that 31 as well that I just said.
Gotcha. Okay, so I rolled a 5 plus 9, so 14.
Oh, so it's 1d6 force damage, which is 2.
Okay.
Let's take another 2.
So then that's what was it? It was 12,
That'll be
10,
33.
33 total. Okay, so I'm going to take 23 points of real damage.
Okay. So that blow, and I think that when the temporary hit points end, what we see is Clyve rushes forward. Actually, all right, Nate, I'm going to suggest an idea, and you tell me if you like it or not.
Okay.
As you run forward, you grab the pixie, so the pixie is like in your hand screaming like a Rasengan, and then you like bam into his chest as the pixie explodes, and then the crit sends Tarkhal flying through the air, skidding along the ground. Like,
Love it. Way overkill.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
And Clive's paw is just like smoking with like pixie dust.
And there's one moment of like narrative pause where everything sort of stopped. The like bass drop slow mo, and then Clyve looks you in the eyes, and you're face to face, and he just goes, "Life of the Wild Man."
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Big rounds of applause. Everyone cheers. Baragon is just like, yes, my pride leader's the best. He's just like cheering and going wild. Probably
Agnis
grabs
walks
like
out
a
and
random soldier and kisses them. Big lion face. Agnis, go on, sorry.
Oh, I walk into the arena and grab Clive's paw and raise it high. Behold, our warden!
The Den of War!
And then Azara will like shoot off fireworks, and then also quickly look over to Tarkhal lying on the floor and run over and cast Cure Wounds at the 2nd level.
Thank you.
You just see like Tarkhal's like chest still semi-smoking from like the blow, just like ow, like definitely stung a little Tarkhal, that one.
I then direct applause and your Lord Crownsilver.
There's a less hearty applause.
Yeah, that makes
You got
sense.
15 points of HP back, by the way.
Thank you.
Just so you're a little less bloody.
Clyve will like just scoop up Tarkhal and like put him on his shoulder just as a
yeah. Put him up, put him on the shoulder. And
they'll like put him back down. Like, thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Tarkhal will like, he's holding his shoulder still from, he like when he reaches his hand out to brother shake. Stick around, Clyve, we need you.
As needed, I'll be here.
Agnis had grabbed the champion's belt and the sword, and she'll like present it to him as a trophy.
Put the belt back on, sheath sword. Clyve of the Wild Maid.
Clyve of the Wild Maid.
Wait for extra...
Can someone roll a d20? Can someone roll a d20 for me?
I can.
While that's happening, because I can, Azara is going to cast Skywrite and write Clyve of the Wildmane.
The clouds above the town swirl, and they begin to spin and conjure together as if some great happening of destiny is about to take place. And then they reform. Clyve of the Wildmane.
Beautiful.
What did somebody get on that D20 roll for me?
17.
17. You hear a very sudden and sharp cry come from inside the keep, where Tarkhal, you had left Epilogue.
Oh.
What?
Someone tried to touch the knife.
My sword. Someone touched my sword. Someone touched my sword, and they'll run inside.
Yeah, you see Nigel, the sort of butler of the keep, unconscious on the floor, and Audrey the chef is like trying to like help him, and he's bleeding profusely from the hand. Like,
Immediately run. Is he like dying? Like, do I have to cast Spare the Dying?
yes.
Okay, immediately go run, cast Spare the Dying, then
You
cast
get there
Cure Wounds.
just in time and manage to like stabilize his life force. The cut having not just bled, but like something had almost drained his life force as it was cut. And you see the blade just the ever so slightly pulled out of the sheath. Like the handle was just pulled ever so slightly out of the sheath.
You shouldn't leave your weapons around.
Clyve
Tarkhal.
unknowingly is like, yeah, you should take this, and like tries to grab it and give it back to him.
No,
okay,
don't.
okay. All right, hang on. Let me have a look. This is just because they're going off of it. Yeah, Clyve, can you roll 2d12 for me and take that much necrotic damage?
2d12. That's an amount. Wow, I forgot what the d12 looks like. Okay.
It's not
It's
as
like
big
the
as a
D20,
d20.
but not, yeah.
Yeah, it's the d20's little brother.
Oh wait, let me
In fact, actually, I've got dice here. Actually,
I did it.
Okay, nice.
So like.
So yeah,
it's
as
like
soon as
singeing.
you touch the handle of the sword, and you touch it and go to pull it, like lift it up, like it's like something just slices your hand, and you feel this terrible chill run through your arm to the point where you immediately let go of the blade. Like you can't help it. Like you just immediately like reflex let go, and the blade clatters onto the floor now, and just like and there's this really deep, like precise cut down your palm.
Article. You should there should be like a label. Says
Azara's gonna
touch.
cast Detect Magic on that shit.
On the sword?
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
sure it's magic.
I
The-
mean,
the
yeah, but like,
sword-
I want to know what kind of, like, what the fuck? It seems dark and scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, you cast Detect Magic, and Epilogue radiates, first of all, very powerful magic. Like, this is a powerful magical weapon. Very, very strong. In the same strength that Agnes's Mantle of Flames, that Clyve's Champion Belt, they all radiate a level of power beyond just regular magic items. This one in particular, you sense Necromancy, you sense Evocation, are the two schools of magic most commonly apparent. Abjuration, a slight amount as well. But also, I would say Azara's, you can detect the power of the Unseelie Fae on this blade.
Ooh.
The Dark Fae.
Azara kind of like pulls her hand back and is like, do we need to talk about this?
Tarkhal will pick up his sword and be like, I won't leave it lying around again. And he looks at Agnis. I also won't be doing any fights that I don't volunteer for.
Agnes is like, noted.
Before Tarkhal seems like he's gonna walk off, Azara just kind of like puts a gentle, like friendly hand on his shoulder and is like, please tell me you haven't made any pacts that you might regret.
We don't know yet.
I would say that Tarkhal doesn't answer.
So far, no.
Tarkhal will say, I won't regret what I've done.
Oh.
Azara pulls back and is like, that doesn't make me
Awesomeness.
feel any better, but you are an adult. If you ever need magical help, I'm here. And just kind of drops it.
So as Azara finishes saying that, the door opens up. Is everyone ready for Stowling? Yes.
They're all beat up and like singed.
Yeah. And Meredonas just like the doors burst open. This black Dragonborn in like these fine purple and red wizard robes, like looking like the most typical sorcerer wizard, with this like kind of grotesque Dragonborn face, the eyes a little bit too far set apart, and these like big teeth. Yes, Stowling, wonderful.
He like kind of is never looking directly at anyone.
No, and quite often, like whenever he like licks his lips, his tongue touches his eyeball, and he licks his eyeballs. And stuff. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Meladonis, why don't we meet you at the Glade in about, say, an hour? We just need to recuperate from an impromptu duel.
Oh, my apologies. Good majesty, my lord, my lady, Mr. Clyve. I'm so sorry. Yes, should I have, I could take Knight Commander Alyssa and Willowsong and the others with me. We could wait for you there, perhaps.
Unfortunately, Willowsong is on assignment and won't be able to join us today.
Oh, what a shame. I do find her wit most charming. Very well. Well, if important business is to be done, a little game of Stowling should not interrupt it. Well, I will take Knight Commander with me then. And if you have anybody to replace, we have 2 open slots. We still have enough on the team.
Didn't you say you invited Aaron, Tarkhal?
Yes, Aaron will be showing up tonight.
Oh, yes, the young boy, the crier. Yes, very good. Well, if Willowsong is not joining us, there's room for another, if you wish. Very well. I'll get in some drinks before we begin. And he just
He's so excited.
Loves it.
He seems nice.
Yeah. I think Tarkhal wants to sit for an hour, maybe.
Yeah, take a little short rest.
Goes up to his room, just has like a quiet sit down on his own.
I guess we've all had a long rest since the battle, right?
Yeah, you have all had long rests since the battle and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. I have a question. This is like an out of game question. So that I can know. Well, it's kind of an in-game, out-of-game question. Azara, for Mica.
Hello.
Azara and Alyssa.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Are they?
Come on.
Is it like an official? Are they officially like? Have they been doing a thing for a year, or is it like still that kind of will they, won't they? Like,
I think
me the scenario here, because that might affect something I want to.
Yeah, I think definitely. I have been thinking about this. I think probably around the time that Eveningstar was like ramping up, Alyssa finally like asked her out. And they've been official. But with the war happening, it's kind of that like very typical like we just can't find time for each other. Like we still have feelings for each other. There's no like risk of breaking up or anything. It's just like.
But it's just you've been busy. You've both been busy.
They've been so
great.
busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is like the main plot of Eveningstar.
It's one of my main plots. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of the ship, and I want to see it happen. I don't want the writers to just not do anything with it.
Right.
And it's the final season, so they don't need to like egg it on for more content.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they're definitely together. They're just
Good. All right. Okay.
Knight Commander and Magister. What do you?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's
like they got together, but then like almost immediately haven't been able to like actually go on any dates or anything. It's just kind of like an intention.
Grabbing like a couple of like little things here and there, but nothing like major and stuff. But,
absolutely.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. In that case, you guys can all have a short rest, and we will just jump ahead unless there's anything you guys want to do to Stowling.
Well, there was an open spot to invite someone, Agnis will also go to Tarkhal and be like, "Sorry, thanks, hee hee."
It's fine. It's fine.
Is there anyone that you might want to invite, Stowling? I mean, we have a spot to fill out our team.
Well, I already invited Aaron. Do you
there
have
was
anyone in mind?
that really cute soldier that's kind of been assigned to guard duty. That, seems to just thinking if there was anyone that was interesting to you.
You want to invite. Insert name, Mark. Insert name.
That's literally, I just Googled name generator because I was just like, thanks, Anna. Thank you very much. Okay.
I am chaos today. I apologize.
Also, you just said cute soldier. I don't know Tarkhal's preferences here as well. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. So.
That's why I just said cute soldier. Tarkhal can tell me what cute
you're
soldier
talking about
was.
for me?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's what she was aiming at.
I don't think Tarkhal would even have picked up on that at all.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about a cute soldier for you.
No.
I don't.
You run with it.
No, but Tarkhal definitely right now with stuff. No, he
Agnes
would not.
will keep going, like, the one that keeps looking at you.
No, that's
Smells nice.
Oh no, they don't need to come Stowling.
Are you sure?
Soldier. Yes, I'm sure.
All right, I'll ask Aragorn.
Tarkhal has another mate.
Was he just
Clyve just
outside?
at the doorway. He's just like.
He's got cat ears. He kind of hears everything.
It's true.
No, we're going Stowling. Why do I feel like I'm a father right now? This is so weird. We're going Stowling, kids. Come on.
Yep. All right. So, do you want to take Baragon? You don't have to have another person. Like, it's fine. It was just if you wanted.
I
to
asked
bring
Clyve if he wants to bring anyone and suggest Baragon.
Okay.
Clyve, why don't you ask the Summer King, send a message and get the Summer King to come Stowling?
No,
Yeah.
I'm
why
sure
don't we
he's
get this-
busy. He's the king. He's
Can I
ruling
do
to
that?
do.
Azara, could you send a message
Can I
to
do
the...
that?
Can you do that? Can someone do that?
Can we do that?
Azara could.
I
Azara
could.
can with sending. Yeah.
Azara seeing Agnes blushing up a storm is like, Tarkhal, it would be my pleasure. I will send a message to him right
Tell him
now.
I said hello.
I will absolutely, Clyve. And she'll send a message to the Summer King, specifically wanting to say that Agnes is so excited to see him. Clyve says
Come
hello.
Stowling.
To come Stowling. I will
Right,
briefly
okay.
explain. Fun game.
This is an archfey that
Yeah.
we're referring to here.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, I'm going to give a 10% chance that he is free and doesn't have anything else to do. And I'm going to roll a D100. And if I
the
get
Summer
a
King
90
isn't
or
busy.
higher, the Summer King comes Stowling.
Can that chance be increased because Clyve said hi?
95%. Oh, sorry, 15%.
All right.
85 or higher.
They are buddies.
I'm afraid the Summer King responds a message. Ah, Magister, I am so very sorry. I would dearly love to see the ravishing, beautiful Agnes once more. But I am sadly called war with the unseelie never ends, I'm afraid. But do have good luck in your Stowling, whatever that is. And that is the message you receive back.
What he say? What he say? What he say?
First of all, Agnes, he called you ravishing. Unfortunately, he is at war, will not be able to join us. And blatantly lying, she'll be like, Clyve, he also said hi back.
Surprising he turned it down. Thought he'd want to kick it.
You know, it's hard being an archfey. what can I say to you? All right. So I currently have Meredonas, Tarkhal, Agnes, Azara, Clyve, Alyssa, and Aaron to go Stowling.
Yeah.
All right. You guys turn up. Alyssa and Meredonas have been drinking. And Alyssa has found out Meredonas can drink hard. And so they are they are both in a really good mood when you arrive, having like their cheers. You know, there's a couple of empty like tankards of ale and maybe some like, you know, glasses of something a bit stronger like mead or some spirits. And they have got one of these lanes, and the inside of the glade is decorated to appear like a druid's grove. So it's all carved from wood. It's painted green. It looks like one of those thematic kind of mini golf places. It's being decorated on the inside. There's a bar which is being decorated, and there's a fellow in like a fake satyr costume where he has like a headband with like antlers, and he's got like a little furry pair of legs and things on it. He's like behind the bar mixing drinks. All the drinks are like themed over like forest and druidic fae creatures.
I want to go there.
Right.
Yeah, I want to go here. This is why I've made it. I want to go to this place.
Does anyone have the magic to like make this place look like it's all like black light?
Yeah. Well, they could use like magical lights for sure. Like,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
That
Just make
happens
So
a
it
bit
looks like
like cheese
Avatar.
only on Fridays and Saturdays, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
I was gonna say make him just more look like an arcade laser tag place.
Yeah, arcane lasers, that'd be amazing.
It's like
That's the
kind of
next thing to
cheaply
design,
done.
Yeah. Eveningstar just becomes a tourist town full of like these cheesy.
I mean,
like,
we were
tourist places.
gonna go make our own Disney World.
Disneyland,
or something.
True,
yeah,
we
you're gonna have the
were.
monorail.
That's revenue.
But yeah, so it's all decorated on the inside, and Meredonas and Alyssa, and now actually Aaron would have come here as well, and Aaron's quite a few drinks in.
Oh no!
And they've got a lane, so it is like a bowling lane. It's a 60-foot lane with little kind of like kind of stone brazier with a hole in the middle, and wooden balls are kind of arrayed. And welcome to Stowling, for which I have designed rules.
Yes!
So,
We
allow
love
me to
rules.
explain Stowling. There are 10 pins set up at the end of a 60-foot lane. Players take turns stowling a smooth wooden ball down the lane to knock them over and score points based on how many they knock down. You get 3 sets to score the most points. We're not doing the full 10 because that would take forever. And each set, you get 2 rolls of the ball. Each time you roll the ball, a participant rolls 1d12. On a result of 1 to 10, that's how many pins you knock down and what you score. If you get a 10, your turn ends. If you roll an 11, you get a break, which is where you leave 2 pins on either side and you cannot possibly score them both with your second bowl. And then if you get a 12, it is called a sewer, and that is where you score 0. Right?
Gutter ball.
Got a sewer ball.
Sewer ball.
Sewer ball.
Sewer
So 1d12, 1 to 10 is how many pins you get. If you get an 11, that's a split. If you get a 12, it's a gutter ball.
Is there any modification for like high decks or anything?
So, we're gonna get to it. First things first. There is nothing official in the Stowling rulebook that prevents a stoler using magic on themselves or their ball. But interfering with another stoler or their ball is prohibited, provided it is caught by a third party. So if nobody else picks up on what you're doing, nobody knows. You can't prove that somebody else is interfering. You can also, a participant can also make 1 ability check or skill check once per turn to attempt to improve their bowl. If you fail the check, you make it worse. And there is a DC depending on what you want to do. If you get a positive effect, you generally get to roll the D12 twice and use the high result. It's like advantage, disadvantage. And then whoever scores the most has won. And that's how we're going to go. Meredonas is going to go first. I'm just going to quickly bash out some rolls for Meredonas. Meredonas and the NPCs are going to be playing pretty fair because I don't have time to do any shenanigans. So I'm just going to do that. So I will tell you Meredonas' link. You can think about what you would like to do. So Meredonas goes first, very drunkenly, I should point out as well. Goes up and throws the ball down. Maybe sort of like rolls his hand over it like a crystal ball, like whispers some sort of arcane sigil, throws the ball, knocks down 4 pins on his first attempt, and then on his second attempt, gets another 4 for a total of 8, a score of 8. And you see, Meredonas is like, that was pretty good. I only left 2 of them. Very hard. I see. Perhaps with the geometry of the next one, and if I angle it, yes. He starts to think. And then next up is Tarkhal on the little list. Meredonas has written everybody's names. Some of them, as they get later on, they get more hard to read. But
no.
Yeah.
I think I want to inspect. You said I can do an ability check to check out my ball, right? Make it better.
Yeah, well, not just to do something like put a cool spin on it or like use some sort of skill or knowledge to try and make it better. Yeah, absolutely. You can only attempt to do it once per turn.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to throw my Stowling ball in such a way that it like curls to the end, like right towards the sewer, and then it bounces between the other sewer, like it just goes like in a wave almost.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So what skill would you like to use?
I would probably use Dex. It's like a nice curve of my wrist specifically.
All right, just a straight up Dex check. Straight up Dex.
So that doesn't use. That's not saving throw. So that's just plus 4.
Just plus whatever your Dex bonus is.
16 plus 4, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah. So you can roll your D12 twice and you take the higher result. Or the better, not
the
necessarily
better result.
The better result. So if it's too high, then it assumes that so whichever one is better.
That's a 3.
Okay.
And then that's a 9. So I'll take a 9.
Right. You take a 9. So the first time the wave hits all but one of the pins, just as it curves round at the last second, 1 pin on the edge is just left. So obviously anything higher than a 1, you knock off the remaining pin. You can only score a maximum of 10.
Okay. So basically, yeah, as long as I don't roll 11 or 12 right now.
Yeah.
Which I rolled a 5.
All right, so you get a maximum of 10. I haven't come up with a term for a spare, but that is Aaron is just an extra. Yeah, you get an extra. Aaron's like, well done, Lord Tarkhal, was great. You're really good. It's like you invented it or something.
Can we
Tarkhal
have
bows
one
and
of
grabs
the,
a drink.
one of the staff like casts dancing lights, and it makes a really like weird strike animation.
Yeah, like it's a minor illusion. Actually, they have like little minor illusion boards. And there's actually a little gnome guy who's sat at the edge of your lane, and his job is just to like use minor illusion. He just sits there and he's like,
it's
That's
like
awesome.
the like surreal, horrible 3D models.
Extra. All right, Agnes, you are next up.
What if I cast guidance?
It's perfectly allowed.
Would that add to?
I would say if you want to use guidance, it would basically be the same thing. You would get to use the roll d12 twice and take the better result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cast a little guidance on myself and on my ball.
Sure. Yep. All right, but only for that. You only get to do this once. So on the first, it only affects the first ball.
Oh, okay. So first is a 4. Next is a 5. Boo.
All right. So you get a 5. So you get 5 pins, and then you get another bowl afterwards. But this one is just a straight up roll.
Come on. 2.
2. So 7 total.
I suck at Stowling.
Yeah, you're Stowling. Like there's just something like you kind of the guidance of the air and the druidic magic. If you were like throwing this at an enemy, you're like, this would have been dead on, and then just at the last second, it just dips into and just misses some of the pins.
Funny story. I actually like my family and friend group loves bowling, and I'm terrible at it to the point that I took a class to try to be better at bowling. And my average in the class went from 68 to 83, and that is the highest bowling average I've ever had. If anyone doesn't know bowling, that is a horrible average. That's terrible.
I'm also terrible at bowling. I suck massively.
So I have given up.
I feel your pain.
That's fair.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Nice.
Azara, we'll bang through these. Up to you.
Question.
Yes.
How heavy is the wooden ball?
It's heavy enough.
Mage hand.
You know. It's if you would like to use mage hand to try and guide your ball, you can. It's going to be the same effect. So like this is like just the flavor of you giving yourself the little advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah, you throw the ball and then you conjure the draconic claw to try and guide it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I roll twice?
Yeah, roll d12 twice. Take the better result.
Better result was 2.
All right. So what was the other one?
1.
Oh, okay. So the first one, the mage hand grabs the ball, but you just put way too much force, and it just like throws it into like the side.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a brilliant idea, Magister. I should have done that. Why didn't I think of doing that?
Azara kind of shakes it off and is like, all right, just like, you know, fine.
But you only get to use that once. Like the mage hand only affects you once. So this one is just a straight up roll.
6.
6. We go up to 8 total pins. You and Meredonas are currently tied with Tarkhal in the lead. Clyve.
So I don't know. I'll leave this up to DM whether this is just flavor or if it'll mechanically affect anything. But
okay.
Clyve is just gonna like baseball pitch it, and it doesn't even like touch the lane until it reaches the pin.
Yeah.
Just a straight.
No, you'd literally throw it. So for that, can you do me just a straight strength? Just roll a d20 plus strength.
Okay.
And we'll see if this is a help or a hindrance.
16.
16. It is a help by not trying to roll it, by just baseball throwing it. You have a greater chance, so you get to get the advantage. Roll twice.
Okay. So it's I said it's a 12, right?
It's a d12, yes.
Okay.
11 and
Better
11 and
one
12 were bad.
7.
So that was the better of the 2?
Yeah.
All right. So your first bowl. So the pitch strikes and it knocks down a huge chunk of them, but it leaves 3 of these pins down the side where the ball is just slightly off on your aim. You do hear a yelp coming from somewhere behind where the balls go. You just hear like and
whoops.
You notice, by the way, that the balls just magically come up from this like stone brazier. They just sort of like get ascended by a gust of air. Like
cool.
Great. I guess I'll do the same thing.
Yes, please. Yeah, no. So this time it's just a straight d12, but yeah, you're still throwing it in the same way for flavor.
Sure. Huh. That's a 1.
All right, so you go up to 8. So you catch 1 more pin. All right. So Clyve's attempt. Alyssa drunkenly. I'm actually going to give a disadvantage on hers because she's definitely struggling a little bit. We'll see. That was a 10 on the first one, and an 11. So she goes up and she's like, "I've got this. I can see." and she throws it way too hard, like all of her half-orc strength and muscles bulging as this ball sails through the middle and splits two completely evenly. So she does score 8, but now she's facing this kind of split, and she's looking at it like, I can't hit both. That's stupid. And then just managing to knock over 1. So she does go up to 9, though. Score of 9. And then finally, dear sweet Aaron. And I'll do this.
I love that Tarkhal is the best at it. That makes sense.
Right?
Well, on his first throw, young Aaron scores. Oh, I did say he had disadvantage because he's also been drinking. So he knocks over 3 pins with his first one. And then... Oh, and then his second one goes straight in the gutter. So poor Aaron's like, yeah, I got this. I'm going to be really good. And he just like, yeah. And it... and just rolls straight down into the gutter.
Sewer.
So we currently have Tarkhal in the lead, followed by Elissa. And then it's a tie between Azara, Clyve, and Meredonas. Agnis, and then Aaron. All right, round 2. All right, we'll rush through it. I'll just do Meredonas real quick. He's actually going to use his little mage hand. And he gets 8 on his first throw. And then... Oh, then the next one, he only gets 1 from the split. So he does score 9 total, though. Tarkhal, it's up to you. Is there any flavor that you'd like to do?
He sticks with he calls it the waterfall throw. It just goes bouncing back and forth. He's going to keep doing that with his decks.
The DC will go up. If you try and use the same maneuver each time, the DC
will okay. Well, I will still do it because I didn't know that.
Creativity. Yeah, that's fine.
I have to roll a d20, right? And it's dex.
Yeah, so this would be dexterity ability check. Yeah.
Okay. That's not rolled because it landed on my keyboard, not flat. That is a roll. That's okay. I'm punished. That's a 3 plus a 9, so 12.
I'm
all right.
punished.
So this time you're going to be at disadvantage. So it's roll 2d12s and you have to fit the worst result. So this time the wave, having pulled it off once, the ball, maybe there's something odd with the ball. It's a different ball.
I rolled a 5 and then I rolled a 10.
Oh,
so I just get a 5.
only
But it would have been a strike.
So on the 5, you do manage to knock off some, but the wave just wasn't as successful as you were hoping. So second roll, this is just a flat d12.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
So I got a ball. So Tarkhal goes from this amazing initial kind of throw to now, unfortunately, just sinks the second one into the pit. Agnis, Azara, then Clyve.
All right. This time...
If you guys want to pre-roll your rolls, you can as well, by the way. I don't mind.
Okay.
If you're just going to do it normally, if you're not going to do anything fancy.
I want to use my perception.
Okay.
To, like, beep boop math lady. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beep boop math lady?
Yeah.
Beep boop math lady. Yes, this is just a perception skill check. Slightly higher DC because it's a skill, not an ability check, but yeah. Much more
I have +9 to perception, so it should be fine.
Yeah, I imagine so.
24.
Oh, yeah. You're like looking at it and you almost see like the dotted lines of the angles. Like if you curve it like this, or if you kind of, if you do that, that will bounce in. Yeah, easy. Got this. So you get the advantage.
We will see, because Anna also has taken enough classes that she knows the geometry, but she cannot execute it. So we'll see.
That's where the dice roll comes in.
All right. First is 7 or 1.
So 7. I mean,
7.
Still 7 is good. Like, that's what you rolled last time. So we get the 7.
And then 11.
An 11, so that's a split. You do get one more. You get one more pin from that. So that is a total of 8 for your second round, which is good. You're currently that's not going to be too bad. You're currently ahead of Tarkhal now, I think.
Really?
So actually, no, you're even. You're even with Tarkhal now because he rolled so badly. All right, Azara.
Yes, I'm going to redeem myself with the mage hand. Do I roll with advantage again, or do I have to do something different?
So this time, and this time, can you make an Arcana check? So it's the same time using the same thing.
I
so if you can make an Arcana check for me, please.
16 plus 7.
Okay. Yep. You still get advantage then. This time, trying to hone the control with your knowledge of magic on the ball.
First one's an 11. Second one's a 3, so I'll take the 11, I think.
Yeah, the 11 would be better because it gets you 8. So you get the split again, like the mage hand, like kind of like Elissa, like you just drive it down the middle and you've got these two things. And Alyssa's just like, see, it's stupid. Now you can't get them both. What are you supposed to do?
Is there any way I could do a dexterity check to like try and, because you know how you can hit the edge and then it smacks the other one?
You can, but it's hard.
All right.
It's hard. And I'd say if you fail on this, you get no point. You get no points.
Is this just going to be a straight dex check?
Straight dex.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. Okay.
Set my DC.
Okay. So 3.
3. You try and like with the ball and the mage hand, you try and do that thing where you clip the edge and then it bounces into the next one. It just sails right past the pins, right into the back. No points. On your second roll.
Yeah. Just gonna go to the back and just drink.
Like, yeah, and Alyssa's just like immediately there with you, just like, yeah, it's just like, here's it. Like, she's bought a drink for you probably already.
And I'm
it's
like, yeah, stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's just like got her arm around you, kind of thing, like, you know, kind of chilling. It's probably like the first time you guys have had a bit of time to spend together. Clyve.
So, not hitting enough pins. Clyve is very determined, very frustrated, and he like grips the ball to where it like starts to like dent it a little bit, and he lets out this huge roar and approaches, and then kind of squats down and slowly rolls it granny style.
Just really taking his time. Make a constitution check. Just D20 plus con here. Like the squat, because like trying to keep that squat long enough just so that you can really get the right angle. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what granny style would be.
25.
All right, roll with advantage. You get the 2 is like you wait, you know, feeling the burn in your legs, but you're like, no, this is the right way to do it. And you just,
All right, so that's an 8.
Okay, first one 8.
And then second one, not at advantage, right?
So the 8 was the highest of the first ones?
Well, the second one, the other one was 11.
Yeah, they'd be the same then. So yeah, 8 is the better option. Yep. So and then second one.
That would be a 12.
So another gutter ball. So again, like the second you try and do the granny style again, it immediately just burrs in and then just goes.
And he just stands there, and it's such a slow roll too. So he just kind of stands there and watches it slowly just go down the gutter. It's just.
What's so sad is we will never roll this high on D12s ever again when it needs to happen.
Alyssa says, I'm gonna show those pins who's boss. This one's for you. And she points at Azara. She goes up and she nails it. She gets 6 on the first one, and then she gets the rest of them. She gets the extra, knocks them all down. Young Aaron steps up, still with his disadvantage. And do it again. So 5 followed by a gutter ball.
Aaron's just crushing
immediately sinks it. And then his second attempt, he gets a whopping 3. So the same he scored last time. So Aaron's like, I'm really good when I play with my mom and my dad. I'm really good. I promise. It's because I'm nervous. It's because I'm really nervous. All right, final round. I'm just gonna go in straight with Meredonas. Bam. In true bowling style, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. The last round, you only get the 1 bowl unless you've scored a strike. So you only get the 1 throw. Meredonas nearly gets another strike. He actually gets 9, which I think puts him in first place. So this Dragonborn, he goes up and he like carves like a sigil in the air, and he's like, yes, like this. And he throws it, and just all but 1, he's just like, damn you little wooden pin, I'll get you one day. Tarkhal, you're up last.
I'm gonna use minor illusion on the frontmost pin so that I have a better shot at it. Like I'm gonna put a little like
little sort of like aiming. You create like a line.
Yes.
That you follow.
Like a Wii bowling.
You get the advantage, but only 1 this time. Only one throw.
Okay, 1 throw. Oh, I don't have to roll D20.
Oh, sorry. You get the advantage, but that's it. You just get the 1 go, basically. Like in bowling, you only get the 1 thing. Okay. So you still get the advantage.
Okay, that's a 2. That's a 10!
Oh! A crash!
No!
Congratulations. So you got a strike on the last one. You get to roll again. So you get to add a bonus like in the bowls.
But I don't roll I don't get to use
you don't get a bonus this time.
It's just a straight up. That's a 1.
Oh, okay. So you get another 1. Hey, extra points. They'll all add up. Funny. But yeah, like there's a big cheer. Like Aaron's like, Lord Tarkhal, you got a crash. You did it. Just very excited for you. Agnis, we'll get these in. Then we'll get the scores in.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself and get Cat's Grace.
Yes.
So all of a sudden you see a very kind of feline,
fiery fur almost. Yeah, absolutely.
Little cat ears almost made out of fire.
Oh, that's fire little cat ears. Yeah, I like that.
And so then I assume that kind of just gives me the advantage.
That just gives you the advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So run up cat-like and throw the first ball.
Yeah.
2 or 6.
6. Okay. 6 points. Another 6 points for Agnis. Pretty middle of the road, but consistent. Consistency. That's the key. Azara.
I didn't grow up in the woods, so.
No, exactly. It's not your game.
Azara is going to plan to cast Word of Radiance on the ball to help it kind of, go faster. Does that not work?
You roll a religion skill check for me to see if this actually does anything.
All right.
Just because, like enhance ability, I can see that working. The minor illusion to guide, I can see that working. I'm not quite sure how Word of Radiance will help, but we'll see.
Dirty 20.
All right,
Ooh.
yeah. So when it impacts, it lets out like a little force of radiance, which will help. So
I think Airdrie's just, helping me out here.
Yeah, that's it.
She doesn't want her disciple to suck.
The wind just kind of blows it in.
Yeah.
All right.
Advantage?
Yep, it get with the advantage.
All right, that's a 12. Oof. And that's a 7.
All right, 7 points go to Azara in that final round. All right, Clyve, you're up.
I would like to rage.
Oh my god.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would, my boy.
All right,
just give yourself the bonus. I mean, roll the wild surge just because.
Phenomenal.
Oh, this is the one I wanted. Magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you're holding. Until your raid ends, the weapon's damage type changes to force and it gains the light and thrown properties.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That I would say that alone is enough to give you advantage on this pin because the ball suddenly becomes like Mjolnir that you can just throw it and direct it.
All right. Advantage, come on. 7.
7 total. All right. So 7 points to Clyve. Not enough to kind of, even with the magic aiding you, it's still quite hard to aim and get all of these points. And then finally, I will just roll 4 out.
The other roll on the advantage was a 12, so I'm assuming it probably like guttered and then like
and then you spat it back out. Yeah. All right. Alyssa's final roll. Only 4 pins for Alyssa. She doesn't do very well on her last one. And then poor Aaron. Oh, well, he does have disadvantage, so it was an 11 or a 9. He actually manages to score on the last one. All right. So the little gnome at the back is like, 1 moment, please. Calculating your scores. And then we get to, and then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the Glade Stowling Alley. I have your scores here. In last place, we have Aaron with 15 points. Then next, yes, a wonderful round of applause. Please buy drinks at the bar. In second to last place, Lady Agnis of Crownsilver of Eveningstar with 21 points. Then we have a 3-way tie for next in place with Knight Commander Alyssa, Clyve of the Wild Maid, and Magister Azara with 23 points.
Clyve of the Wild Maid.
And boy, howdy, what a close finish. I can't believe it's so close. In second place, we have Lord Tarkhal Crownsilver with 26 points. And our champion for the evening, the greatest stoler amongst you, Meredonas of the Sword Coast. I am the best stoler. Wonderful.
Huzzah. I go get him like a chintzy little like plastic trophy from the where you could like turn in tickets. Like,
a redemption counter.
Yeah. I go get
him
like
a little redemption counter.
I get him a little plastic spider ring.
Wow, yes, wonderful. Yes, I've been enjoying. What a wonderful evening, I must say. It's been, with all this war business, I thought that I should come and have a bit of fun with my friends, and what a wonderful evening it's been. So
I'm so glad you joined us.
Of course, my dear, of course. And should you ever need my services, I am Meredonas the Black of the Sword Coast, and I am happy to do it. Do you think it's safe for me to teleport? I should be all right, shouldn't I?
Meladonis.
I'll be all right.
No. Why don't you spend the night in my mage's tower? I have guest quarters very suitable for you, and as it happens, possibly in the morning we do have a bit of work for you if you do not mind.
Ah, yes, your message, your
Yes.
special something that I need to do. Yes, very good, very good. Well, in that case, I will humbly accept. Thank you. That is
Wonderful.
You have wonderful accommodations, and I will stay. Good evening. I think it best if I go lie down for a bit.
Azara kind of like taking somebody's keys when they're drunk takes like the spell book off of his hip.
You can take his like wand or his like spell focus
whatever
on
his
him.
whatever his arcane focus is.
Would you look after that for me?
I'd be happy
that
to.
I may lose.
I'll put it in your room.
All right, brilliant. All right, well, maybe just one more for the road. And you see that as he gets to the bar, Baragon has come in and is like, and then he goes over and he like puts his arm around Meredonas and like he buys him a drink and stuff.
Oh
and
no.
That's gonna be a thing. But yeah, and I think that we are nearly out of time for the episode. But yeah, that was a little brief respite. Maybe next episode we'll kind of finish things off here in Eveningstar, because there's a couple of little things I wanted to, a couple of other little things, little respite things. And then we'll pick that up. But yeah, a lovely evening of fighting amongst friends and then Stowling, which has
What
been
a great time.
And we should actually, Anna, I forgot to do it because you even mentioned it, but I got so wrapped up in it with everything going on. Stowling was created by Tarkhal Crownsilver at the very start of the campaign, I want to say. I think it was like in the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, that was so long ago now. But yeah, there were some kids in town, or I wanted to show the kids how to do something, so we set up some sticks, got a rock, played some Stowling. And
you created some, which was a game from Tarkhal's hometown. And now... You have the first Stowling alley in the Forgotten Realms. And this does go out, and this goes out on the Wizards of the Coast D&D stream. So I like to believe it's canon now. Stowling is canon.
Wizards can't stop us.
Before the Stowling World Championships, regional Stowling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you're welcome, Chris Perkins. Put that in your book and smoke it.
Chris is gonna love Stowling. Okay, he's gonna be in. We're gonna have whole Stowling subclasses. It's gonna be a thing. Yes. Right. Thank you very much for watching us. Let's do some shout outs. Let's start with Nate Sharp.
Oh God, I never go first. I forget. So thanks for watching. Go on GoFundMe and give money to dogs that need surgery. That's all I can think of to do. Shady.
Wow, that's incredible. I'm Shady. You can follow me at ShadyPenguinn on places. I don't have anything really going on, so thanks for watching the show. We appreciate it. I'll tag Anna.
Thanks. I'm hosting various things and performing in various things, but in order to find the timing for those things, you should check out my social media at Anna Prosser or my website, www.annaprosser.com. And I like dogs too. Mica.
My name is Mica Burton. You can find me at Mica Burton. You can find my horse at Mica Strides. I can't talk about things that I'm doing right now, but hint, hint, wink, wink. You're going to want to keep your eye on New York Comic Con.
I love it. Perfect.
Mark.
So subtle. Thanks, everybody. You can check me out, SherlockHulmes, pretty much everywhere on the internet. There'll be an underscore either in the middle or at the very end. Just try a bunch of them and you'll see my face. You can also check out High Rollers D&D. That's my D&D baby that I started this whole shenanigans and why I'm DMing for these guys, because I did that show and then people knew me and now I do this and I get to do loads of cool stuff. That's pretty much it. I do a bunch of other stuff. Again, follow me on social media, Twitter especially, and I post it all there. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you for more Nights of Eveningstar in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.